Now all I wanted was some shiny things. That's all I wanted. Hey guys, apparently I've lost my damn mind. So today we're gonna be doing a Makeup Rules episode on glitter, craft glitter versus cosmetic glitter, and what the difference is. Now, if you guys have never been here before, or you have never seen my cosmetics rules, or cosmetics, makeup rules series, basically what I do here is I take trends and things that you see on the internet and we talk about them. The good, the bad, the not so, the like okay. And what kind of occasions you would use it for. Basically like review trends, you know? And this week for episode 5, I can't believe I made it 5 episodes. That's so weird. I wanted to talk about glitter. And if you've been anywhere online, you've probably seen people who are in a pinch and they ask, is using craft glitter okay? Now, I have very strong feelings about this one, so if I'm a little angry, that will be why. The thing with craft glitter is that it is not created for your eyeball. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my eyesight is extremely important to me. Like, if I had to choose between glitter and being able to see, I would definitely choose, you know, vision. I'm half blind anyway. Glasses for life. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't kind of get, I guess. And it's probably just because, you know, they either didn't do any research or they just genuinely didn't know that there really is a difference. And the big difference between craft glitter and cosmetic glitter is what it's made out of, and then also what they use in the dyes when they actually create it and how they cut it. So for a long time ago, glitter actually used to be made out of metal. And I'll have like links to everything that I found down below if you guys are interested. And I'll have everything else on my blog too at some point. Really gotta get on that. And what they would do is just basically like dye the metals, you know. They would cut it really thinly. It would be in either square or hexagon shapes, basically just shapes with a point, which is great if you're going to be putting that like on a mask for masquerade, or if you're going to be putting that on anything but your eyeball. But if you're going to be putting something on your eyeball that has a point, girl, it's not going to be very comfortable if that gets in your eyeball. Now, the biggest problem I have with people saying, well, you can use craft glitter, it's not a big deal, is that it is a big deal, because scratching your eye and scratching your cornea hurts like a bitch, okay? I'm just being really real right now. And there have been plenty of people that have horror stories, and people who either didn't know what they were getting into or have used it for a while and then they were like, oh, whatever. If you've ever had a scratched cornea, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It hurts. So when you have bigger YouTubers, and I know Nicole Guerrero did a video like a year ago or something, where she said that she didn't have craft glitter or cosmetic glitter at the time, so she was going to use craft glitter because she's never had a problem with it. I have a huge issue with that, because people go to her videos to learn something. Like, if you go to any beauty guru, doesn't matter who it is, anybody who makes beauty videos on YouTube, you want to learn something. Most of YouTube videos, you want to learn something. So when you go to this person who's supposed to be an authority on makeup and all this other stuff, and she tells you you can put something in your eye, times out of 10 you're gonna believe her if, you know, she's already built that trust with you and she's got a huge audience. So the trust is most likely there. The problem I have with that is that, yes, she does say, like, it's not completely eye safe. It's just the butt that she includes in there. And it's not just her. Believe me. I've seen it in a lot of forums, in a lot of other YouTube videos, a lot of other places that people have used craft glitter and they promote it basically. They're like, yeah, it's fine. Like, nothing's happened to me, so you can use it. That's the thing though. It might not have happened to you, but there have been a lot of people, like there's this one thing I saw on Reddit of this woman who was chronicling her, it's pretty graphic. I'll have it linked down below if you guys want to see it, but if you're kind of sensitive to like missing eyeballs, spoiler alert, then you're really not going to want to see it. But she actually did lose her eye because she got I don't think she was actually wearing craft glitter, but she was doing something with it. I think she was like helping her daughter with a project or something like that, and a piece got in her eye and actually scratched her cornea. She got an infection and it got so bad that they had to take her eye. Like, this is not something to kind of play around with, you know what I mean? And I would much rather have you guys like curse my existence but still know kind of the downside of using craft glitter rather than you go in blind, and you know what I mean? Like, kind of going back on topic, I mean, really the only pro to craft glitter is that it's cheap, but that's it. That's it. Especially nowadays, everybody and their mother has some glitter. So there's really not an excuse to use it, you know what I mean? And you can find some cheap glitters too, like at Sally's and stuff like that. So there's really not an excuse to use craft glitter. One of the perks of craft glitter though is that it comes in about 12 million different forms. So if you don't want a loose glitter, like this is the Makeup Geek Sparkler in Martian, this one is the Galactic Sparkle Jewels in Malt Jewel. This is actually really pretty. You can get an eyeliner form. They have liquid eyeshadows that are just sparkle-tastic, you know. There are pressed glitters. I don't have any, but there are pressed glitters, you know. So there are way more convenient ways to have your glitter as opposed to having like a big jar or whatever and then trying to like put in another pot or whatever. And another like huge plus to cosmetic grade glitter is that one thing that they do is they actually use a plastic, it's like a synthetic plastic, but nowadays most glitters just in general are synthetic plastics, but they also round out the edges, so you still run a risk of scratching something if you wear any kind of glitter. That's just kind of a risk you run, but with the rounded off edges they minimize it a whole lot more than, you know, using glitter with a sharp edge. It's basically like the difference between trying to cut your steak with a butter knife and trying to cut your steak with a steak knife. One is gonna cut a lot better. Another really big difference between cosmetic and craft glitter is that sometimes craft glitter, they kind of spray on the color, and with the synthetic plastic that they use, they actually, when they're making the plastic, they put the color inside of it so that there's not a chance that the color will leak out and irritate your eyes. Again, I'll have all like the links and stuff for everything I'm talking about down below when I did my research. I like research. I'm a weirdo like that. I need to know everything about everything. What can I say? But another thing, like, I may or may not have sounded a little angry in the beginning of the video, and I'm sorry. But I'm really, like, I wouldn't say tired, but I am kind of annoyed with this it's not so much with the DIY kind of thing that's going on, because some DIYs are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was that creative to be able to think of some of this stuff. But when it comes to, like, some people's kind of justification for craft glitter is, well, people used to do it in the past. Well, my response is usually, well, in the past, foundation used to be lead-based paint. That doesn't mean we're going to use it now either. Like, you know what I mean? There are advances in everything, especially living now. We have new makeup coming out every like 2-3 weeks. Not even that. Like, in Sephora we have a animation like every, I would say, 6 weeks. Sometimes even less than that. We get new stuff all the time. So there's always going to be some kind of innovations going on. So saying, well, this is how they did it in the past is not always, you know, the best excuse, especially when you have so many options available to you. Like I said, this is just 3 different ways of glitter I happen to have, and my glitter collection is basically limited to this. Like, I don't have that much glitter. And there are pages on Instagram dedicated to selling nothing but glitter in every and all forms. Like, so there really is no, like, the way I like to phrase it before I like mentally combust is, just because there's a cheaper way to do it doesn't mean, not even that, just because there's a cheaper way to do it doesn't mean that you should do it. And also, you have to weigh out the pros and cons of doing something the cheaper way and paying for an ambulance if it goes wrong. Sometimes, like, it's not worth it, you know? So I just want you guys to make an informed decision, you know? And this goes for anything that you see online. Do your research, you know? Just because you build a level of trust with somebody, like, even if you guys trust me, I don't want you to take my word for everything I say, you know? Do your own research, and if you find something new, you find that I was wrong, let me know. You know, like I said, I love learning things, but I can't learn new things if I don't know they're out there. So, yeah. This was a lot more ranty than I wanted it to be. I'm sorry. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite cosmetic glitter is. Please don't say the craft store glitter after all that we just went through. But also, if you guys like this makeup rules series, if you want to see me talk about anything, just let me know in the comments. I'm always up for ideas. And yeah, also don't forget to subscribe to see what comes out of my channel next. I always post makeup and body paint videos throughout the week. This is kind of like a Monday thing. And that's all I got. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye.